Hey everybody, this is Curtis from PSN Stores, and as you see here, we're looking at Resident Evil. This is the remastered version of the GameCube game that was the remake of the original Resident Evil. So I'm actually super excited about this. Um, I played Resident Evil 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Big fan of it, especially really huge fan of the old 1, 2, and 3. I've always wanted to play this version. I've just never been able to, and so the announcement of this was actually really exciting for me. So I finally get the chance to play this game. So, one of the big things with this is it does have the original control scheme, the tank controls, but it also has an alternate control scheme that I think makes it. I think it's there kind of to make it easier on people who maybe are not used to that. Make it a little bit more accessible. We're gonna switch between the two of these, just to see the difference. How do you like your games? Like climbing a mountain, fulfilling but takes a lot of work. Like going on a hike, good exercise but not too strenuous. Like taking a walk, you can relax and enjoy yourself. I'm assuming this is a difficulty setting here. This is probably the normal mode. Hard, easy. We'll do hard later on. Okay. Oh, they have different costumes. Huh. Always plays Jill. So yeah, I'm just going in blind, really. I figured, why not? We'll play a good bit of the opening and see where things go. But yeah, as far as Resident Evil, it was a few years ago we got Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 on PlayStation Plus, and I just played through all of those throughout the month of October, and then I ended up. That was actually right when they put out that Resident Evil 4 HD. And so I played that and reviewed that as well. So I was played the 4 of those games within 2 to 3 weeks time for the first time for all of those, and I loved all of them. I'm really into it, and I've kind of tried to steer clear of the later Resident Evils because I've been well, I know where things go, and I'm not sure I want any part of that. But this is the game that has kind of eluded me since then. I've always heard really good things about this, and so I'm excited to finally get the chance to play it. I'm not too sure what I mean. Again, I'm gonna switch back and forth between the alternate controls and the original, to see how I feel, because I'm not I think there is part of me that is a little bit purist and the idea of well, the controls are the way they are because of the type of game it is. When I played through 1, 2, and 3, I didn't feel I mean, yeah, they are very old games. But as far as the controls were concerned, I was well, that's part of the game. That's kind of part of the survival horror nature of this franchise. Is kind of feeling limited, and not having this full control. So I'm not sure what I think of it. I'm gonna give it, a fair shot and see. Obviously, I imagine the new controls are probably gonna make this a little bit easier. So it'll be interesting to kind of see and actually, try it out for myself. Okay.
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Barry, and myself. We don't know where Chris is.
What is this place?
Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no. You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
All right. You two go. I'll secure this area.
Stay sharp. A dining room.
All right. Oh, yep. This is. I might just kind of play with the D-pad here. It might be a little bit better. So we'll go ahead and save just in case. All right, so let's kind of figure out some of the controls here, so I can aim. What is Is that in the original game? That's a little weird. All right, here's my map. Inventory. Alright, press triangle to use status screen. In the status screen, you'll be able to do the following things. Equip weapon, use items, view maps, read files. How to view map, R2, yep. Uncolored rooms is unexplored. Orange rooms, not all items obtained. Green rooms, items obtained. Red door is locked, white door is unlocked. Blue door is open. Alright. Okay.
I think you'd better take a look at this.
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Let's just hope it's not Chris's.
So I'm curious, like I've always heard like really good things about this version of the game, or like this game in general, but I'm kind of curious like how much like, one for one it's similar to the original game. I know that I know there are like are new sections, I think. But I mean, like, here's the infamous zombie turnaround, like, oh crap, what's going on? Get him off me. Oh, yeah. You know, that's the one thing about, like, these controls. It takes some time to... Isn't there, like, a... There we go. Well, this is going real bad. Boy, yeah. It does. It takes a little bit to get to get used to it. That's what it. God. All right. Well, I'll try this again. See, it's a good thing we saved. That's embarrassing, but whatever. And I guess I don't really technically have to fight that guy. I probably shouldn't, actually. It does. It takes some time to get back into the swing of things. That was one thing that was really nice about playing Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, like back to back to back. It was just like, yep, I know how this plays. So by the time I got to 3, it was, you know, it was second nature. But it's been a while. Alright. Let's not actually try to shoot this guy this time. Let's be smart and not waste ammo.
Barry!
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it.
Barry's got it.
The hell is this thing?
I found Kenneth killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
Wesker! Jill, help me look for him. Let's not leave this hall.
Good idea.
Alright, well let's just kind of run around and explore a little bit.
Barry.
Any luck, Jill?
No, nothing. What's going on around here? I can't figure it out.
Same here.
Chris, and now Wesker.
There's not much we can do. We can search for him separately. I'll investigate the dining room again.
Okay, then. I'll try the door on the other side.
This mansion is gigantic. We We could easily get lost. Let's start from the first floor.
Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. It's a lockpick. You'd make better use of it.
Oop.
Thanks. I may need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. Got it?
Okay.
It still looks pretty good. There's something right there in that statue. Let's see. I can push this away, right? Emergency evade. Use defensive items such as daggers. Will allow you to escape momentarily when grabbed by an enemy. However, you will not be able to escape when the enemy grabs you from behind. Alright. I'm actually not sure if it's set to... Oh, it's auto, okay. Well, I guess let's just go ahead and switch to the alternate control scheme. And see how different that is. I don't want this video to be too long. Oh, man. Yeah. They really, yeah. Sure. It's a little weird in a Resident Evil game. It's like, yeah, sure. I don't really think I have like a problem with this. I think that, you know, there's something to be said to kind of sticking true to the original game and you know, and just the controls in general. You know, being what they are. And sure, like there's something about that, but at the same time, like, you know, if you have new people who've never played Resident Evil before, like maybe they're interested. I could see that being like I could see the tank controls being like a barrier, being an obstacle for people. It's like, look, I don't, you know, like maybe they just don't like want to deal with it. And that's fine. Like this seems. And yeah, like maybe this does take away some of it. Like maybe this does take away some like the tension, because it's like, well, this makes it a lot easier. It definitely seems like it would be. Because part of this game was like, you know, like you're finding yourself in like these tight corridors and like these situations where you have to like maneuver in a way to, you know, to stay away from these zombies, and it can get tough. And it's easy to die. So I don't know. I actually forget. That's another thing. So it's been, it's been a good probably like 3 years since I played Resident Evil 1, and I'm not. Part of me like is expecting this to be like super similar, like to the point where I will remember where things are, but at the same time, I'm also kind of expecting like that not to be the case at all, or maybe like they trick you and make you think it's gonna be one thing. I'm trying to see if there's a way to. So I'm gonna get out of this room because I do seem to remember that statue having something there, like that being a thing in the first game. I'm not sure how I need to get that down though. This door was locked, right? Yep. Alright, helmet, sword. And armor. Oh. Well. Alright, that works. And it just used up my defensive item though. It's... And he's not dead. Yeah. Yeah, we will take that. Alright, well, I'm sure there's probably something I'm missing over here. I wanted to say woman drawing water. He's dead. I know because I got a trophy for it. Okay. I guess that's one thing I need to keep in mind is inspect everything, because it's not going to tell you if you can inspect something or not. It looks like that's a key card. I'm not sure if I can shoot it down. to use all of my ammo either. Hmm. That's the other thing with this alternate mode. It seems like you just by default are at your running speed instead of, you know, normally. I mean, you kind of like if you just barely tilt the analog stick, you do your walk, but you don't have to hold down the square button to run either. Yes. Alright, which door had the shield? I think it was upstairs. Yeah, you know, I think the alternate controls, like the new control scheme, is probably a good thing overall. Just especially for people like, I'm sure there are a lot of people who probably just don't want to deal with tank controls, and if that means they get to play, you know, it seems to be, by you know, as far as I've heard over the years, a really good game. Like, then sure, why not? This had no, that was armor. That was sword, right? Maybe it was downstairs. That's helmet. I thought I saw one with a shield. Oh man. This seems new. We'll come back here later. I'll say this, even as someone who like doesn't mind tank controls, like I could see it being really hard to go back to, like after, you know, even just spending a few minutes with this. I think what it might have been, I think the shield might have been inside that room that I was in before. have a sword. Nope. Hmm. Alright, well, let's go back to where I got the shield, and we'll go into the other door. Play for a little bit longer. I want to, you know, at least have some other, you know, things happen. There's a whole lot of green herbs. Probably gonna need them. Is he dead? I'm pretty. I gotta be really low on ammo. Oh god, yeah. That's. Let's have this equipped right now while I have 0 bullets out, and that guy's not dead. I've always been interested in trying like just a purely like knife playthrough. I'm not sure if I'd be good enough to do that though. Seems like it'd be really hard. These are going to be locked, aren't they? Yep. Oh, there we go. Okay. I can like push this off, can't I? Yep. I remember that part. Come get me. I got my knife. Oh crap! I should have just let him go. I'm really not playing nearly as conservative as I usually would. So usually the last thing I would do is use a gun. But try to make things a little interesting. Oh, of course. Alright. Alright. I got 2 ink ribbons. I don't want to use one, but whatever. Yes. Well, okay, that's I'd say, you know, that's the first 40 minutes of this Resident Evil kind of remaster here. It seems cool. Like, I think that, I think if you're, you know, if you've never played any of these games, especially the older ones, if you never played this one, and I guess if, like, the tank controls scare you off, like, there's an option here, you know, if you switch to the newer version of the controls, like, I think that'll work really well for anyone who's like, you know, who's new to this, who's new to kind of this series, or hasn't played the old games, or just doesn't want to deal with the controls. You know, like, I think this is a pretty good option. You know, it's a little weird playing a Resident Evil game that I can do this in, but but at the same time, like, if that's what it takes, you know, to get people to play games like this and whatever, you can still, you know, if you are a purist, and you can still very much go back to the tank controls and play that way, and that's fine too. But I like that there's the option there, and I like that I'm so excited that I get to play this now, and I'd say it looks like it still looks pretty good too. Like, I'm not sure like how much work they've put into making this look a little bit nicer, but this still looks pretty nice. So that's Resident Evil. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.